What's your expectation for this Georgia defense relative to a typical Georgia defense, relative to last year's Georgia defense?
So I already had the number one in the country last year, kind of tied with Ohio State. Like, to me, those were the two best defenses in the country. I thought Clemson was good and creative, but like personnel wise, I don't think Clemson last year is what they were the year that they beat Bama for the Natty the second time. I think Georgia's defense, I think the gap between Georgia and the second best defense in the country might be as big as the gap between number 2 and number 10. Dude, I've been looking at this. I think we can agree they're the most talented defense in the country. Pretty much bar none, especially because Ohio State's not playing and OSU lost a lot of guys to the draft. So they're going to overwhelm you with talent. They have excellent defensive coaching. Kirby Smart has been sort of the premier defensive coordinator, head coach in college football, along with Saban and, of course, Venables at Clemson, if you want to go just pure TCs. I think you have at every single position, the status is basically guy with multi-years of experience for an elite Georgia defense, or that guy in a position battle with a super talented redshirt sophomore who is actually having a good enough camp to maybe beat him out. Right? I was talking to Rusty on the phone the other day, and I'm like, where's the weakness of this defense? And he said, man, I don't know that there is one. He said, look, if Jordan at nose guard, if he goes down, I think there is a drop off as far as the ability to get a pass rush on the interior from your nose guard position if you lose your starter, which is kind of a rich person's concern.
Very specific issue.
Yeah. He said, and I don't know that they have a dominant slot to face up Jalen Waddle in man-to-man coverage. And I said, well, welcome to the other 129 teams in college football, because basically nobody can cover him, one-on-one in the slot. Tyson Campbell is stepping up and having a great camp, and I think is going to become a really elite SEC level corner this year, opposite of Eric Stokes, who they already had. They actually like Webb in the secondary quite a bit. Rusty even thinks that they're going to upgrade from J.R. Reed to Lewis Cine. Apparently Lewis is taking that step, and if that happens, man, because you already have what's his name, the kind of undersized guy, LeCount, right? Which I feel like almost every elite college defense that wins a natty, they always have this kind of safety who might not run 4.4 at the combine, but somehow he runs 4.6. He's always around the ball, and he comes down with 7 or 8 picks. They have incredible versatility along this defense. You've got your big pass rushers like Javon Walker. You have your speed rushers like a Nolan Smith. We haven't even talked about the backers they have on this team. I mean, dude, it's Dean, Monty Rice, Azeez Ojulari seems to be busting out as well.
Jermaine Johnson, one of the top JUCO recruits in the country a couple years ago. Channing Tindall, who's a former 5-star that's running the threes.
Here's a name we haven't mentioned yet. Malik Herring, who is probably not going to be a first-round pick, but is a really damn good college football player and somebody who, given all Georgia's talent, you can't double. You're not going to double Malik Herring. And he's a senior with a ton of experience who's going to get drafted, just probably not in the first round, who's going to feast on one-on-one blocking. I mean, I think the versatility this defense has, the overall talent level, the experience level, the coaching, the ability to play matchups with basically anything you throw at it, I think this has a chance to be the best defense Kirby Smart has ever coached, including those Bama defenses.
Oh, you're throwing the Bama defenses in
I'm
there,
going to throw the Bama defenses in there. Yeah.
There you go. Now
this might be. Yeah.
Now we got to take.
We got to take. That's going to be a video, I'm sure, and I'm going to get roasted for this. But I think they're that level, man.
No, I think it's fair, and especially I think the key factor this year is there's great defenses where you can, and you touched on it. There's great defenses where you can, go 1 through 11, and then that's a dude. He'll play in the NFL. That's a guy. But particularly in this year, where depth is going to be probably really critical. The depth is really what impresses me more than anything about this Georgia team defensively is that, you could literally trot out their number 23 through 44. That's not the right number, 23 through 34. And say well, that's an SEC elite defense right there, like the backups. And so I think I'm with you. I think that this is a team that is, and that's why, like you, when you asked, do I say I'm winning the East? I do, because I just think that that's a unit I can trust about as much or more than any unit in college football, offensively or defensively. And so I'm gonna go with what I know a little bit this season, given up everything else is going on. And I think talent is going to be so critical this year. And so I think when you got blue chip talent, when you got like a unit you can trust like that, I think that's going to give that offense a chance in a lot of ways to get warmed up and figure this thing out.